Você apertou um botão aí para começar? Aqui. Cool.
Cool. Let me see. We have 41 people already. Hello, guys. Can you hear us?
Hey.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. You're here. You can hear us fine? Is everything good? Perfect. I see a lot of yeses. Nice. All right. Just a quick question, guys. Who here are already a DevOps? Hello, everyone. Cool. Raul, Faiz, Lucas, Elmer. That's cool. I have a lot of professionals here already. Oh, but in 8 months you can get a lot of experience, right? Nice. And just curious, where you guys come from? Where are you located?
Brazil, Colombia, Serbia, Argentina. Wow, all the world is
Nigeria,
here.
Mumbai. That's amazing. We have the entire world here with us today. Russia, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Chile.
Singapore.
That's cool. Rio de Janeiro, Belarus. So welcome everyone in each part of the world. Personally, I'm now in Brazil, but I was located in Vancouver. Andre is living in Vancouver right now. So, well, I think we can start. We have 120 people on board already. Nigeria, Mexico, nice. So guys, keep posting in the chat. If you have any questions, just type in the chat. They will select a few to ask in the end of the presentation. If in any moment of the presentation you guys can't hear us or anything got stuck, please let us know. So yeah, my name is Robson. I'm gonna be your host in this webinar together with Andres. What are the hiring trends here in Canada? Andre has more than 20 years of experience in ICT. He worked also as a university teacher for more than 10 years. Really cool, Andre. I was surprised. And he was a member of the VanHack community and also a premium member. How long will this run for? It's about 40 minutes, the webinar. But yeah, I think we can start. Andrea, it's a pleasure to having you with us today. So the stage is yours.
Okay, good morning, guys. Thank you, Robson, for the invite. Thank you all for your time in joining this event. It's a pleasure to be here with you to share what I've learned working here in Canada in the DevOps market. So, okay, cool. Learning it too. As Robson said, my name is Andre. Today I work for WineDirect as the head of DevOps. WineDirect is the largest end-to-end sales solution for wineries, from e-commerce to fulfillment. We work in the US, Canada, and Australia, and we have more than 800 wineries using our software. And my role there as a DevOps is to optimize the cloud infrastructure costs increase the overall platform performance and availability, and also deliver new capabilities for our development team. Here is my LinkedIn. You can reach me if you want. If you want to know more about me, is everything there. But I think that what really matters for you, what you are interested about, is in the next slide, and is how I got here, right? So I will talk quickly about my experience coming to Canada. So to make a long story short, I started the Canada project in February 2015 and started focusing on paperwork, IELTS exams, translating documents, this stuff, and also applying for jobs abroad by myself. And of course, I failed. My first interview was in French. I don't speak French, so you imagine how it was. But people said that, oh, Quebec is hiring everywhere. Well, why not try? Okay. And then I tried, and in September 2015, I had everything done on the paperwork side. I was applying for the jobs, but I wasn't getting anything. So I subscribed to the VanHack Premium. And VanHack, they reviewed my resume, they prepared me for job interviews, they sharpened my English skills, and most of all, they gave me honest feedback. They could say, hey, Andre, you are doing this, and this is what is blocking you. Stop doing this, start doing that. The result was 6 months later, I was in contact with my best helper, which will be my future company. I started working remote. I got a job offer and in May, and then I arrived in Canada with my family employed in October 2016. So it was 1 year and a half at my immigration project, at the time that it took. And this is the historical photo of me and my family with Rob and Alex, my best helper co-founders, and Charlie, the dog. And what I'm showing this, the message I want to leave for you guys is VanHack works. It not only works, but it is the best place to find IT job overseas. They know the companies that are open to visa sponsorship. I'm not a VanHacker employee. I don't get any commission. I'm not getting money to say this, but I want to share because they help me, they help my family, they help you with how to sell yourself in a way that the market buys. Resume review, English classes, validation, English validation, interview preparation, coding tests, everything is there to help you. Van Hackathons, VanHack Leap, then bringing the candidates closer to the companies, recruiting missions when they take the companies closer to the candidates, and most of all, the community in this Slack channel. We are there, we hack together. We help each other because everybody is or has been in the same place before, finding a job, working abroad, needing to rebuild your professional network, or even hiring coworkers. So we are not only business partners, but we become friends. I'm here in Canada for 3 years, and I still have coffee with the people at VanHack who helped me in the beginning. Most of the things that are implemented for you today in the platform, they were ideas that we had in this coffee. We're talking about, why don't you do this? For example, the interview pipeline, the technical and English validation, so you don't have to prove yourself because the VanHack already certifies you. So VanHack works hard to make your dream a reality, not only to hire you, but to make you a successful professional abroad. So my current company, WineDirect, we just hired a VanHacker in the last Leap event in October. We weren't planning to be there because things were too crazy, we were too busy. But the event was here in Vancouver, so okay, let's go there. It's so easy, just join a meeting. So we hired a guy. We are doing his visa sponsorship. He's already working for us remote. So he's making some money to fund his trip and his new life here. And the company, we are very happy with his work, with his attitude. And the result is we want more hackers. And this is not an isolated company. It's not only my company story. If you talk to the other ones, it is the same. Once you find the VanHack profile, you want more because it's so convenient. And you guys, you are high skilled. Don't forget it. So trust yourself, work hard, don't give up, and you get there. Okay? This is my personal message for you all. And then let's start how with DevOps. Well, if you can start working remote, this is one of the strategies, right? And if you find a company who is open to sponsor you, I think it's the most straightforward one. But yeah, we can talk about this in the later part of the event. My agenda today is DevOps, of course, and I will answer these 5 questions. Why do you need DevOps? What is? How to implement them? Where are the jobs and how much they earn? So let's start with a history here. Before, in the beginning, when we start working, we were very happy working systems of record. What is a system of record? Is that enterprise software that does transaction processing, data inputs, reports. They support a business process, and they are quite stable and need to be reliable. And at the time, we used to do one release a month, when most or some release a year. And we all were very happy. But what happened? We got a revolution, one of the most revolutions coming on. Gartner used to call it nexus of forces. And what is this? It's the combination of social media, mobile, cloud technology, and big data information. So once you have all of these things combined, a new class of uh, systems started to raise, and they are the systems of engagement. And basically, you are not doing software for your company internal users anymore, but you are doing customer software. And if they are customer, and they need to be easy to use, high performing, and they need to change fast if you have a fail or if they don't fit. And they are used for a big public. So it's a different way of working. If you have a failure, everybody knows about it because people complain in the Apple Store, they complain in Twitter channels, in Facebook. So it's really bad for the company. And then we started working it, and what happened is, well, we need to change fast. But my brother on the left, they are not so fast. They are stable and slow. And then people start asking why this is happening, why this is so hard to change. And wow, because it is a monolith. It's big and complex, a lot of things inside. And how can we make this faster? Why don't you break it in small pieces? Yes. So we'll turn this in microservices. And microservices are great. They solve the monolith problem, but they create new problems. They are hard to manage, hard to troubleshoot. You can't just add a breakpoint and debug because now you have multiple systems running in parallel. So yeah, we are.
Andre, sorry to interrupt. Just a quick feedback from the guys. Guys, is everyone seeing the presentation, the PowerPoint slides? Just checking.
Cool. Okay. So microservices, they are great, but hard to manage. We create a new set of problems around it. And then how do we solve this? Next slide, please. Okay. The answer to make our lives easier in both sides, system of records and also microservices, is DevOps. Any kind of system that needs rapid delivery of innovation requires DevOps, right? And this is good because basically any company that produces software, whatever the client is, they need DevOps. Of course, maybe you are doing a software for a fridge or embedded system, and then maybe they don't need at all. But if you are doing internet-based software, you have to. Okay, so this is a talk for we technical guys, and I know you probably already know this, and then you might be scratching your heads and thinking, okay, Andre, I know this, but my boss, he is a moron and he doesn't understand. So I will help you to talk your boss language. And to help you with it as well, in the end of the slides, I set a link to a book called DevOps for Dummies. So you learn the dummy is not you, it's your boss. So you can help to translate the DevOps things in a way that he understands. So if you need to talk with someone in the business side, why they need DevOps and why should he think about this, try to sell these three things. Well, do you need to enhance your customer experience? Bring a higher customer loyalty or increase the market share? Any executive will say yes for this question. Or you want to be able to innovate faster, you want to do A/B testing, you wanna be selective and roll out a feature for just a few people first, see if everything's going okay, and then you roll out for the rest of your user base. The only valid answer here is yes as well. And then the third one, do you want to reduce your time to value? What time to value is the time that you take to turn an idea into a reality deployed and used in production. The only available answer here is yes again. So how do you need this? DevOps helps you doing A/B testing, selective rollout, automated software delivery, efficient release planning, predictability, and success. When you say these things, you get your boss attention, and then you don't need to be a DevOps. You don't need to know everything about DevOps yet, but he will buy and we will rely on you to start working and implementing this. Okay, so let's talk about what is DevOps. What is DevOps like? Okay, so DevOps, I'm using here the Amazon definition. And DevOps is a combination of cultural philosophies, practices, and tools that increase the organizational ability to deliver application and services at high velocity, involving and improving products at a faster pace, faster than the traditional organizations and the traditional way that we used to work. And this speed enables organizations to better serve their customers and compete more effectively in the market. So basically, DevOps is a lot of stuff that helps you to serve your customer faster and better and makes you more competitive, right? So as you see in these pictures, and it's an attitude change. Like the Exupéry said in The Little Prince, you become forever responsible for what you have tamed, right? So you are not only a developer now and you throw the code to the other side of the wall, to the operator. And if you put a bug there, it's his problem because he's on call. No, now you are in charge for all the life cycle, whatever your role is. And even after you develop, even after you develop, you put it in production, the job's not done because you have to monitor that and see what's going on, and then you get feedback. And this, I remember a story. I was hired for a company and they want to do the first object-oriented project in ASP.NET. It was in 2003, 2004. And then it was very hard to get the software done because people were learning object-oriented at the time, but we finally released that. Released. And then It was perfect. We had no problems at all, and the things was just running production. And then I was very happy because no errors, anything. And then I went to talk to the guy. Hey, can you talk me about the project for the other area, other department? You want to introduce there as well because it has been so good here. And then he said me, good. I'm not using it. I I quit waiting and did myself here. I'm not using your software. No way. So what happened? I lacked monitoring, and then yeah, it was a problem for me. I had to work with the guy to bring him to the software, resell everything. But if you don't have monitoring, you don't know what's going on. You might think that everything is okay, and people are taking you bad about you in the channels, and you're missing everything. Once you get the information, usage information, you plan and recycle it. So this is important because it is a continuous cycle. One thing that is very common, you do a improvement, you get your performance things improved because the system was too slow, and then yes, I added the indexes and database, and now the thing is lighting fast, and you never touch that again. Is this a good DevOps practice? Question for you. Of course, no, right? You need to have this in a loop. Oh, do I need to do this every day? No, but you have to have a plan for it. When are you set to see performance? And same for every step, right? And then these are, yeah, I can't, yeah, yes. So you might be thinking, yeah, let's go back here. Yeah. So all these practices, you might be thinking, this is too hard, right? And yes, it is. It is too hard. And that's why it's a hot topic. It's one of the most in-demand jobs in the market today. Companies are desperate because they can't keep the innovation pace without this. And this is a good thing because if they are desperate, you're in. You don't need to be the expert knowing everything. You need to be one or two steps ahead of them. And every company is in different stage. So whatever, if you are a developer, if you are an operator, or even if you are a DBA or project manager, I believe you can become a DevOps if you work on it and you find a job. Uh, so let's work to know what are the tools you should work to close the gaps, and how to sell you in the right way. I want to share with you. I run an experiment in my LinkedIn. The same resume. I didn't change anything. Just changed the headline. It was software developer, and then I changed to DevOps, and then I changed to enterprise architect, which used to be my role in Brazil. Then I changed to DevOps again. So if you, for example, for me, if I was a software engineer, I used to get a lot of attraction for front end and back end development, React, Angular, this stuff. I changed to DevOps. Now people are reaching me and, hey, I need to build a pipeline. I need to build monitoring, operations, these things. If I put enterprise architect, I don't get anything. Because it's too boring for these days that we have today. Or at least in the Vancouver market here, there's no demand for this. Maybe Toronto or somewhere else, but not here. So this is something that you can try. There's no harm in it. Add DevOps, you start appearing in the searches and see what you get. So the questions you get for the recruiters, the type of job that you'll be getting attention to, will guide you in what type of skills you have to develop or not, and what type of companies you are targeting with that profile. All right. So let's go deeper and see how we implement DevOps. And let me set expectation here. We saw already that DevOps is a whole life cycle thing, right? And of course, I won't talk about all the tools because we don't have time, so I will be brief here, and I will spend more time talking about 4 things that are new and weren't touched in the other areas. For example, infrastructure as code. What is this? You write a script, a program, a software that deploys your servers for you, and you version control it. And then you use what are the tools that helps you with it? You have Terraform, Ansible, Puppet, Chef, Docker, Kubernetes. What I see in the market here, most people were using Ansible, Puppet, and Chef mostly on premise, and as they are migrating to cloud, they are also migrating to Terraform, Docker, and Kubernetes. So be aware of it. The most important tools here is Kubernetes, Docker, and Terraform. Sometimes you see job descriptions asking, I need some experience with Ansible or Chef. You'll probably be migrating from Ansible and Chef to something else. So it's a nice to have. Don't be shy if you don't have experience with that, right? This is infrastructure as code. So what is, once you work with it, you will never want to deploy software without. People are telling here, Terraform is great. Yes, it is. Can you live without Terraform once you know it? No, right? Continuous deployment. What is continuous? Slide, help me. Yes. Continuous deployment. Continuous deployment, I think if you are a developer, you might be used to this. You have a script which gets your software from your version control system, GitHub, Subversion, and compiles it, and now and tests it, and now we are also deploying in production and enabling that to go live. So everything automated. Once the guy commit the change, thing is in production 5 minutes later. Tools for this. Jenkins is for far the most used one because it's open source. Of course, it has its own complexity. There are some other tools that are easier to use and also as powerful or more powerful than Jenkins. We use today Circle CI. I also had heard good things about Code Travis, Go CD. So I like Circle CI because they use Docker in their build pipeline. So if you have an image and use it in your own development environment and your production environment, you can use the same image to do continuous deployment. These tools allows you to do all types of pipeline, deploying to multiple environments, API integration, or even having a red button to a business user, press it and deploy. So most of the DevOps job that I saw, they run around continuous deployment. So if you are a dev and you have experience with some of this, you are a strong competitor. Monitoring. Monitoring is what you need once you are in production to do not be in the same place that I was, thinking that everything is good and no one is using. So monitoring tools, they provide data and metrics about applications at different stages of delivery cycle. You have tools for operations, for QA, for development, even for business stakeholders. So because every type of people, you need to prepare your metrics to target your metrics to your specific audience. And here we are talking about continuous customer feedback, how many people are using, how many money you're making with the software, and how many transactions or CPU usage, everything. A lot of tools. New Relic is very good for application performance management. Datadog is good as well. Logstash, Prometheus, most people use it in Kubernetes. Splunk, Logs, AppDynamics. Yeah. Well, this is scary thing, right? Yes. But most of these tools, they have a university channel, so you can go in YouTube, watch their videos, do some courses, and in 1 month you'll be a specialist on it. So at least for hiring, you know what the tool does. And then if you are using it, you are a specialist. What needs to be a specialist, guys? You need to know more than the average people knows. It's not I that I saying this. This is in a I saw in a book, and the guy is the 4 hour work week journey. So if you have read that book, you knew what I'm talking about. You just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the company you are. You don't need to be the guru or the god about that. You need to know a bit more and to know where you ask help for, which is Google, right? Stack Overflow. We already know them. And automation. What I mean by automation? Well, you should be a lazy developer and do not do the same work twice. Everything that can be automated should be, and I mean tests, builds, infrastructure provisioning, deployments, or even alerts. You set up alerts to follow how is your processes, your application is going in production, if you need more servers, if you need to do some troubleshooting. Automate everything. Even the troubleshooting sometimes can be automated. If you have an application with memory leak and you see that memory is targeting 80%, 90%, why do you need to wait? It crashes before restart. So restart it, and then people won't notice that. Of course, to restart, you need to have two, right, or high availability in place, but it's possible. All right. And this is a very common picture, and it's an example of how the tools we are used to work are related to the DevOps cycle. So you are a Scrum Master, you use Jira and Confluence. Can you become a DevOps? Yes, you can. Once you know, you don't need to learn all these tools, but you need to know what they do and why people are using it. Because as a Scrum Master, your work, your job is to help people deliver faster. So maybe they are lacking a tool, maybe they are not using anything to deploy, and then you can, hey, why don't you start using whatever, right? So the thing is, you need to have a whole lifecycle mindset and a whole lifecycle attitude. If you have a problem, it's your problem, not the other side of the wall. That is the way I would summarize DevOps. All right. So where are the jobs? Everything is cool. Yeah. I want to share with you here. I don't want to walk over all this report because you take too much time, and you can read that later. But if you go to this link, you can get the State of DevOps 2019. What is this? It is a survey that was made last year across the world, and it tells you how many years of experience people have, people working DevOps have, what type of industry people are working on, how you should measure performance if your DevOps is working fine or not. And this is a cool thing because here are the things that matters if you are a DevOps. Are you reducing your lead time, your company lead time to deliver a software? How often are you deploying? Do you deploy once a week, once a day, or every commit to master? But okay, so should I start deploying as a crazy and I'm a good DevOps? Of course not. You need to track your failures. How often a deployment introduces a failure? And if you mess it up, how long it takes to restore? So you do fast, but you do it right, okay? And then there is also service operation, but they don't use it too much. And once you have these 4 metrics set up, I thought this was an amazing site for this research work. They categorize the companies in 4 levels of delivery performance: low, medium, high, and elite. And basically, any company or every company who produces software development, he might be categorized in one of these layers here. If you deliver once a day, you are a high delivery company, even if you don't know about DevOps yet. If you are delivering every other month, oh, you are a low one. And then, oh, Andre, I would like to work or my company is a low performer. I already knew this. I need to find a new job. No, they still need DevOps there. They just don't know. You need to sell the idea to them, right? And I will help. And same for jobs. Sometimes people are looking for jobs, and you look at that. Or how many of you are looking for DevOps positions now? Maybe you don't feel comfortable enough to apply for one. So what I want to do here with you is a walkthrough in some job positions we have available. And for example, this one, if you are a VanHack user, you can find this searching for DevOps in our job board, VanHack job board. Senior full stack developer, Ruby on Rails. So if you read this, you can see that they are looking for a developer. This is my reading, right? Transitioning to a DevOps role. Well, you work a full stack developer with a DevOps mentality. 3 years experience, strong experience Ruby on Rails, experience working in a DevOps mentality environment. Used tools as Kubernetes, blah, 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 blah. Wow, what I think when I read this, these guys, they are starting with DevOps. Maybe they have a software that is being built or it's built already, and they need help to build the continuous pipeline or to set up your release planning. Maybe they are using or a ticket tool like Jira, Bureau Tracker, but this is not connected to the release planning, so you'll be responsible. Or maybe you'll be a dev, but you'll also be responsible for the servers. So what I would recommend for you, apply for it. Make your questions, go to the screening and ask, and maybe you are the right person, maybe you are not. And if you are not, you have the feedback, what you need to learn to be the right one. And it will cost you no money. It's just a phone call. The second one, as site reliability engineer, DevOps. So when we read this, they want 4 years experience, previous experience with Java, Cloud, Oracle, Linux, a lot of stuff. What do I get here? My reasoning on how the company is structured. They for sure they have something running already. This application, they have some problem, or the application is not performing well, or is not keeping up, or the guy which used to be the ops, he left, and they need someone to replace it. So you see that they are calling DevOps, but they are looking for someone who has a stronger ops, sysadmin, networking background. It's completely different from the first one. The first one was dev, and this one is a ops side. But they want a guy which has an understanding of the whole life cycle. I'm an Oracle DBA. Can I apply for this? Of course you can. Will you be hired? I don't know. But if you won't be hired, at least you know what you need to improve and learn. And do you know how many people will going to apply for this position? Me neither, but I know that DevOps is a hot topic. People don't have too much options. So why don't you become one? Right? Third one slide. Okay, platform team lead, DevOps. Okay, it's a cool startup. A lot of people using it, and they look for a guy which has 5 years experience as a DevOps, software engineering, Golang, Python, Scala, leading people, blah, 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 blah. A lot of experience here. Okay, they want to lead, right? What a leader does. Anything, right? So if they need a lead, they are probably looking for someone who knows the whole life cycle, someone who knows how to work with people, to plan a work and work the plan. How do we call this job in a transitional environment? They might be a project manager, product owner, scrum master, but they need to have a technical background. So if you have a strong project management background and you also is technically updated, you know some tools, or you don't need to be an expert, but they say here exposure. What is exposure? Oh yes, I know, I've heard about. Yeah, they do it this right. Yes, this is exposure because you talk to someone which is the expert, but you don't need to be the expert. Someone else is. So yes, you see, this guy will probably have the whole life cycle in his hands, but he won't touch anything alone. He'll have a team with it. So go for it. Yes, the slides will be shared with everybody. They are available. The latest one, AWS Architect DevOps Engineer. Now, here they were looking for a rock star, and they are very specific on it. To be considered, you have to be a certified DevOps engineer, and that's it. So yes, this is what everyone wants to become, right? So if you are not there yet, maybe you can say, yeah, I'm not ready. But if you have exposure, 2 or 3 years experience with DevOps, but you are not a professional certificate yet, I would apply anyways. If I have another AWS certification, solutions architect, developer, SysOps, or professional architect, because they are not the same, but they cover the basics. And then, but yes, this is a typical rockstar profile. But you see, if you do it yourself, go and browse the DevOps roles you have there, and you see that it's very unusual. You look for a position like this, Superman guy. No, they are looking for people who want to go to the DevOps market. They are willing to learn that, but they already know something that my company needs. Because guys, you have to remember, a company is not a software that you change the code and it runs differently. We have a memory. You have to change the process one by one, gradually moving. So even if you are a rock star and if you go for the first company, that doesn't work because you can't implement everything at the same time. People have to learn to work the right way, the new way. I won't say the right, the new way. So that's why you have these differences and all these shades of job positions. So I really believe that we have a job for everyone. Okay, so what are you thinking about now? What's the name of the job site? VanHack, app.vanhack.com. You might find these positions there or here, right? So how much money a DevOps earn? Well, VanHack can help you with it as well. But if you want to go to the internet right now, here is a screenshot of Robert Half. So basically, Robert Half is, in my experience, they are very connected to the reality. So this is how much a guy is earning today, a DevOps engineer. If you go to Glassdoor or some other one, you'll find the same. For example, this is Glassdoor. It's different, right? It's more 80,000, not 110. But as we saw with the job positions, they are very different as well. So we need to think, what are they measuring here? Who are the respondents? And if you want to know how much you are worth of, start looking for other IT positions that could work in that job descriptions. For example, software architect, system admin, release engineer, project manager. Okay, guys, I'm running out of time. Here are the references I used to do this. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andre. It was really amazing presentation.
Robson, you
Really
want to
enjoyed.
open for questions now, or
Yeah, let's open for a quick Q&A.
where's the chat? Okay.
I have a few questions here. Hear me well?
Ask your current, yes.
Are you
So
hear me?
AWS certification,
Oh,
if you don't have one, please do. This makes a lot of difference. You get the double
yeah,
of the attention for your resume. I I experienced this
yeah.
with my personal resume when I got the certification, and I shared with some of my friends. They did the certification as well, and they could confirm. Oh, Andre, yes. If you get 4 calls a week, you start getting 8. If you get 2, you start getting 4.
Awesome. Yeah, there was a question from
It is
Raj. Do we
possible
need
to get
the
jobs in the
DevOps
IoT area,
certification?
such as software and hardware. Yes, I believe so. If someone has
Guys, are you
infrastructure
hearing me?
support with DevOps background, no, no, no. If you are, as I said, you saw, we have DevOps positions that are more ops based, right? And to be honest, most of the positions I've saw, they require more ops side than the dev side. How to transition from a support role to DevOps to build experience? Well, if you are employed already, see the problems around you that no one is touching it, and adopt it, champion, and solve that. So it's the easiest way. That's how I transitioned. We were trying to use Kubernetes. No one knew about that. The guy left, and I was a Rails developer. And hey, can I babysit this Kubernetes one? Oh yes, thank you. No one is doing this. Then you grab a book, you learn, you fail, you learn again, and if you don't succeed, you ask for help, but then you learn. Why? What else? Which one is favorite cloud service, Andre, and why? Well, I've never used Google Cloud. I use AWS and Azure. I think both the three are good. AWS is more used for startups and people who jump in the cloud earlier. Azure is more if you are a Microsoft shop or if you are an enterprise that needs support. So they already have a Windows platform, but they are most of the same. I like AWS. No, I work with AWS because the market's bigger. Azure tools, they are easier to use, but on the other hand, they change everything every 2 or 3 years. So AWS is a little more complex, but
More
things
stable,
are
I
more
think, right?
stable. So,
Yeah.
but out of three, they are good. If I do front end, back end, C sharp, ASP.NET, is it? No, if you do front end and back end, you are full stack. If you want to become a DevOps, start managing the continuous delivery pipeline, and then once you have a pipeline, start doing some ops thing, and then you'll be a good, strong DevOps candidate. Is a full stack a DevOps? No, the full stack is a full stack. DevOps, continuous pipeline, automation, monitoring, that's the difference. What CI tool do you recommend? Well, I would recommend Circle CI, and if you don't have money to buy it or to use, go with Jenkins because it's free. What else you have here? Do you need a DevOps certification to get a job in Canada? No, you don't, but you help a lot. So if you can, it will help you. It's possible for a junior full stack find visa sponsorship. Well, if it's possible for a full stack works with DevOps, yes. I have 2 junior working with me. To get a visa sponsorship, you need to be very lucky,
That's
I would say.
okay. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say no, because if the company already hired by VanHack, they might be more open to it. But you need to do your homework very well. You need to know people who are the jobs. This type of job posting, they are not stick in the wall. You need to go for it and create it. Is possible to get someone get remote work as a front end? Yes. Yes. This is how many people start working remote, and they are
Yeah,
invited later or
usually
not.
the
Some
jobs
people just
start
go home. Yeah.
as
Stay in
remote
touch on
worker.
your broad. Okay, VanHack platform. Okay. Product designer, UX, possible to find an employer that sponsors? Yes, it is. But for any type of job sponsor, you need to think, why would someone hire me and not hire someone which is available there? So if the answer is because they are not available, so you're a strong candidate. If what you do is just the same as any person does, so I wouldn't say that you will not get, but maybe we will not as attractive. So you need to, it's more how you sell yourself thing than how skilled you are. And how do you need to sell yourself? You need to sell yourself the way they want to buy. That's it. So when I came here, I was working in a big company and I was a PowerPoint developer, basically. I used to be a professor to keep my hands dirty and get uh, updated to software development. And when they hired me, hey, Andre, do you know Rails? Oh, yes, I know. I worked with Rails for 6 years with my students. I didn't have Rails experience, professional Rails experience, but I had some. And, oh, you were a professor? Oh, yes, cool. I have here some junior guys. They just left the boot camp. Would you like to work with them and help them grow up? Oh, yes, of course. That's what I do. And then I got the sponsorship. I didn't know Rails, but I knew something that they need. I know Rails, not professionally, but I knew something that was as important as the technology, how to make people grow, how to teach people. So yes, look around all your skill sets and put over the table. You already has the know, right? So it's like a fishing. Prepare the things, throw your cane, wait, and someone you bite
That's a really good perspective. Yeah.
your bosses. Yeah, VanHacker. Yes, guys. What else you have here? Did I answer all the questions?
Uh, have another question from how do they take technical tests to select the candidate? Usually, yes, is the
Robson,
part of
are
the
you saying
interview.
something? I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, I'm saying, Andrea, can you
What
hear me?
could you expect in a DevOps challenge? Hmm. Well, I think Docker for sure. You need to wait. You need to, well, DevOps with AWS or DevOps with Azure. Well, I think AWS has more positions, right? But I would recommend you do your own research, because if you are, it depends what type of company you are looking for. If you want to work in a big enterprise, it's most likely they use Azure. But big enterprise, they don't do sponsorship as often. So if sponsorship is important for you, I would recommend getting AWS certification first. But don't get the professional level right now because they are very hard and they really need hands-on experience. Start with the associate ones. They are more, they are hard as well, but they are achievable without too much hands-on experience. I would like to job in a company that works with IoT software. Yes, we have some companies here, but uh, not as much as I thought when I was abroad in Brazil. How much does have them? I would like to job, okay, I'm a backend developer senior. What type of, do the developer one, the first. Why? Because they will help you with things like queues, things like Lambda and serverless, and how do you do load balancing, high availability. Once you get this, if you want to go to DevOps, do the SysOps or the associate one, the architect one. Yeah. How is the demand and supply for DevOps in Canada? Wow, they are huge. You can go to the I will go back here. This back here, no. You can go for this type of websites and see the jobs there, and also see how much they earn. Yes. What else?
I think every certification that you have, it's an increase in your resume. So
Yes, if you are AWS certificate engineer, these websites say that you will not earn less than 100,000 a year, right? So
yeah,
I work with your Google Cloud certification, see jobs here in AWS. Well, you are asking if Google Cloud Associate certification is still relevant? Well, it is, because basically all the clouds are the same. But if you are job hunting, I would say they are not as attractive as AWS certification. Because AWS is the no-brainer, right? Oh, I need cloud. Okay, AWS. And Google. Google, I Google when I search. This is how the HR person thinks, right? Google is a search, not a cloud for them. And AWS, AWS is big, cloud, yeah, and Microsoft as well. But I think AWS is the most attractive one. And I'm biased, right? Because I have AWS certification. I don't have Google or Microsoft. So consider this when you do your when you take your conclusion. What else you could expect in DevOps challenge? Some Kubernetes things, so you should learn some Minikube, or you probably need to set up a blue-green deployment. How do you implement high availability? The continuous pipeline, for sure, it's a thing. And one thing that I've done when I was talking to interviewing for a DevOps job, they sent me a very big problem, a big one, and we had basically they were doing free consulting with me. They want I solve their problems. And so it's very hard to give the right answer, right, in a situation like this. So what I did, I went to the Amazon definition of DevOps, which is available in the link that we have here. Oh, it's too far. I think I skipped. I went to the Amazon definition of DevOps here, yes. And then they set me the core DevOps practices, which are this, and then I state the problem. Okay, this is a big problem. We can talk about it, but I will answer this first as a DevOps. And then when the things start, they were asking, for example, how do we make sure that I work in the top priority things, the things that a company need? I answered, okay, I can answer this, but this is not a DevOps thing. This is a demand management, is a project management, product owner. It's their assignment to answer this. So we go back to this later. First, I will, okay? So as a DevOps, my work is working infrastructure as code, continuous deployment, monitoring, and automation. So you're asking, how do I turn my application in microservices? Or I have a lot of microservices and I'm having this type of problem. Well, this is an architecture problem. We can talk about this later, but I want to put this as the answer. So when you do this, you show the people that you are knowledgeable, but you are not naive to get everything just to make the job, right? So this is something that for any job interview, you could do. All right, Hobson,
yes, I
thank
think
you for the
that's
opportunity.
Thank you, Andre. It was really nice. It was really awesome presentation.
Give you
Thanks for your
the
time.
word now. The stage is yours.
Thanks. So, guys, what do you think? I hope these presentations give you some thoughts and some
Are you
willingness
guys,
to do
can
whatever
you
it takes.
hear Robson? I can't.
You can't hear me, Andre? Guys, everyone is hearing me? Just checking. Can you guys hear me? Yes. All right. Yeah, Andre, I think they had some problems with your headphone. But all right. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did, and give you some thoughts about what is DevOps and what you could expect by getting a job. So let me go forward on the presentation. I go to the end. Now it's Black Friday week, right? So what's VanHack is proposing in the Black Friday? We have a lot of discounts in our premium membership. Just before, let me see. How can I take the presentation? The presentation will be shared afterwards in the Slack channel, probably. I will talk to Diz about it. And about the premium member. I was a premium member before joining VanHack. I actually worked I became a premium member for like 6 months before joining. It really helped me with my English. I really recommend you guys to get, not because I am a VanHack employee right now, but even before, I strongly recommend it because it really changed my career. So we have premium discounts on 3 months plan and a 6 month plans. But why to become? What is the value, right? You got more than 40 hours of English classes per month. You have resume review, career coach sessions that will help to build your resume and your international profile. We have our exclusive community Slack just for premium members. But as well, the entire team are in the both Slack. So if you guys have any questions that we couldn't answer here, please just follow me at VanHack-Robson on Slack. We have a lot of an outstanding community. If you guys see the chat, each one is helping each other, right? So we do that on Slack as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this webinar. Just a quick reminder, our next webinar, it's about willing salary negotiations strategies on November 29th from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And also acting the coding interview, also the same day, November 29, from 9 to 10 a.m. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you have any questions, you can reach me on Slack. And bye-bye. Great week, everyone. Great Black Friday. Join VanHack. If you have any questions, just let us know. Bye, guys. Great day, everyone.